Hi, my name is Manny Perez, and I'm co-chair of the Cryptocurrency Standards Association, CryptCannabis. And it's a pleasure to be here with you at the CryptoCannabis Conference in Denver, Colorado, October 25th, 2015. And we're here together, people from all over the United States, from all the states that have legal cannabis industries. And we're here to discuss really how to use cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin. That's the one I recommend, and I'll explain why a little bit later. How to use it for the success of your individual business. And the wonderful thing is you've been hearing from a number of vendors of great products that they want to offer you their services. And the Cryptocurrency Standards Association, we're offering you a strategy, a business strategy. But it's not just for one business, it's actually for the whole community. In the Cryptocurrency Standards Association, our mission is to create a community that can stabilize the chaos of the Wild West of Bitcoin innovation. You're part of the Wild West. You probably live it every day. But the important thing isn't so much what you're living and the problems you're having, it's finding a solution. And we want to propose that the solution is using Bitcoin. So what's the first need you have? A bank account. Dang it, if you've got a bank account right now, and your bank even suspects that you're a cannabis industry, you're probably going to lose it very soon. You're going to lose your bank account. The Colorado Credit Union that wants to work with cannabis, well, they've got a problem. They can't work with other banks now. And they went to the courts. They've been trying to get a way to have legal banking for all of you, and they can't get it. So what do? We're proposing that the community uses Bitcoin. Now, having a community use Bitcoin, it means that you set up something like an ecosystem. And if you don't remember what an ecosystem is from your biology classes, don't worry, I'll explain it right now. Imagine for a minute, your customers. Your customers are all trained because you help them learn how to have a Bitcoin wallet. And they go online and they get Bitcoins using their debit or credit card because they're fine with that. They buy their Bitcoin and now they go to your store, they select their products, and you just show them a QR code. They take their phone, they point it at QR code, click, and in a few minutes you do have your Bitcoins. They paid. Now that's the first step, and that's the step everybody looks at. How do I get Bitcoin? But that first step is very important that you do it right. The first point. This is your bank. When you receive Bitcoin, wherever you have your wallet, that's your bank. You've got it on your cell phone, on your smartphone, on your computer. You have a paper wallet printed on paper, that's your bank. You decide what to do with it. Now your customers will have their regular banking accounts, and they can use money from there to put money, Bitcoin, into their Bitcoin wallets. So when you're going to use your Bitcoin wallet, the important thing is your customer pays you directly. You don't use someone to help you get those funds. That's our suggestion. Why? Because anyone, any organization, any business that does business with you might have their bank account closed. Why? Because they're involved in a cannabis transaction. That's simple. High risk according to the banks. and it's a federal crime. Each one of you is legal in your state, but at the federal level, you have problems. You can't sell over state lines. You can't do a number of things that would normally be okay with other services and products, but with cannabis, the feds don't want you to do it. You can't do it. It's by law. But your state made it legal, so you can do it within your state. And the state also allows you to do commerce and to generate wealth within your business. Right now, all of your wealth, you're generating it in cash. That brings headaches. Bitcoin doesn't have those headaches. And it has an advantage. When your customer paid you with his Bitcoin, that transaction went into the blockchain, the open ledger, and your accountant can easily find the information and keep your accounts clean and balanced. That's a big advantage, I can tell you. Next up, what do you do with your Bitcoin? What good is it to have Bitcoin if you can't spend it? Well, that's part of creating the community. Since all of your customers have Bitcoins, they're going to be going to Starbucks and other places. Oh, I decided I wasn't going to say the name of any business. I said one. Sorry. All those people that use Bitcoin now start creating commerce. You can go to all the stores that accept Bitcoin. And when you accept Bitcoin there, you're happy, they're happy. Your landlord, you talk to your landlord. Your landlord would probably want to receive Bitcoin when it's so easy to spend Bitcoin and so safe and secure. Your landlord doesn't want the problem of receiving big stacks of bills. So, we don't do it that way. Oh, that there are other ways of getting around the banking regulations. Yes, there are. And no, I do not recommend it. As a money laundering specialist, I've seen how law enforcement and government regulators track what they call red flags. Paying with a stack of bills is a red flag. Paying with third-party checks is a red flag. Other little things can be red flags. And remember the talk? Remember what I said. We don't want to go to jail. So we're very careful. We're very careful. So now you've got a way to spend your Bitcoins. And that's great. So your landlord, everybody else is doing business in Bitcoins. That means that your local governments are going to start looking at Bitcoin as a method of collecting taxes and service payments. It's already happening in other parts of the U.S. So, go for it. Push for it here, in your community, with your local government. So, you cover all your payments. You can do all your payments in Bitcoin. Your community is growing. Your ecosystem is starting to work. But you have now the issue of all your earnings. Not your personal earnings, because salary has no problem. You can deposit your salary in any bank. Your service payments also have no problem. All you have to do now is just go with your accountant, with your lawyer. You sit down and say, how much money have we made? What payments are due? How much can I cash out? Because let's make it up. You want to buy a Lamborghini, okay, or a Maserati. Go for it. The good thing about Bitcoin is you can spend it anywhere in the world. If you're buying a Lamborghini, you might decide to buy it in Italy. Bitcoin, you can spend it over there. But let's be modest. You decide to cash out for dollars, you can do that in many ways, and you can deposit it in the bank account of your choice. And because it's a personal bank account, not attached to the cannabis activity, you shouldn't have any problem. Your accountant will actually tell you what's the best way to do it. The important thing is to keep it all in Bitcoin until the last step, the payout, or the division of the earnings. Paying salary. Pay your salaries in Bitcoin. You do most of your transactions in Bitcoin, and it'll work. There are debit and credit cards in Bitcoin. Some of them you can buy with it. You can buy those Bitcoin debit cards, prepaid debit cards, with your credit card. And there are banks licensed in the US. One bank and two trusts that I know of that are working that deal with Bitcoin. You can work with them also. But remember, you can work with them on a personal level. On the federal level, what you are doing still creates headaches for the banks, so they don't want to give you an account. Though, if you're a community and you have a big voice, hey, you can talk to those banks. Now, as a community, yes, you will probably be like a trade association, coordinating strategy, seeing what's best for all of you. CRIPSA hopes to be able to talk about insurance options and other strategies for saving money within your business, but that's in the future. So I've gone through a cycle for you, a business strategy. Your customers, because you're selling in Bitcoin, they come. Are you offering them discounts? Go for it. But I'll tell you, your customers, if they find out that this is easier than paying in cash, when your employees tell them, listen, just use your cell phone, pay me that way, it's a lot easier, we don't have to worry. You can comply with your local regs, give receipts, do everything, but it'll all be automated. It will be your cell phone doing most of the work. That's awesome. And when you pay your bills, same thing goes. Everybody's just quickly showing their cell phone, doing click, the transactions go through. Small observation, how much time do you have to wait for verifying your transaction? Well, you do have wallets that tell you that they will put the money into your account immediately. And they say they guarantee it. Well, that's fine. They're a financial service. And you'll be paying them to take the risk. Because, in theory, your Bitcoin wallet is your bank. So you wait for the payment to clear. If you don't want to wait, no problem. Even banks use check clearing agencies sometimes. It's a small bite. Doesn't hurt that much. And the important thing is that your business continues growing. Now, if you decide to run the risk yourself, that's fine. It's your bank. Nobody else makes decisions for you. You have the freedom to make decisions. It's peer-to-peer, so you deal directly with your customers. You deal directly with the people that give you products and services. It's transparent. Nobody can accuse you of anything because everything is in the open ledger. But it's private. We're all using the privacy that our public keys give us, our pseudonyms. Do you have to show ID? Yeah. In many cases, you're going to have to show ID because the regs require it, your local regulations. And to stay out of jail, you have to follow the law. You have to follow the regulations. You don't run stupid risks. It's all about managing risk. Bitcoin helps you control a whole lot of risks. Having your own bank helps you control a lot of risks. You write everything out. You plan it. You decide how to reduce the risks even more. You tell your employees what to do. You're in charge. Once again, the wonderful thing about Bitcoin. You are in charge. It's your business. It's your wallet. It's your money. So feel free to call me. Feel free to get in touch with me. Website www.crypsa.org. CRYPSA.org. And you can see it on your screens. And we also have, if you're interested in learning about Bitcoin, a free Bitcoin guide. It's written by me. And the information is there on your screens in a couple of minutes. And I'm always ready to help you out, to work with you. That's my business. Working with people like you, with businesses, for success without running into trouble with the law. So thanks a lot. It's a pleasure sharing with you. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.